Z1, Z2, or you carry over, and Z3. So here's one, we're going to add them together. I'm going to put a line underneath home. So I'll add them together. That's 1. This is your S0. This is your S1. This is your S2, S3, S4. Oh, sorry, there's no S4. So we have 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's 0, and we carry 1. That's 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, so that's 1, and we carry 1 over. This is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, and then 1 in here. So the carryover here is 0, and the carryover here is 0. So that's kind of like what it looks like. So this is your input, how you're going to break up the graph. Right? For the first one, we have an input for A0. We have an input for B0. So that's the reason we have 4 entries is because we have 2 inputs. We have 2 inputs. Every time you have 2 inputs, we're going to have 4 different possibilities. We have 4 different possibilities: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Now my result would be, my sum, right, is 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so that makes this the sum equal to 0, but we carry 1 over. So my carry 1 is going to be 1 over here. For all the other ones, it's going to be 0. So you can see I created this first table. Okay. And then we have this table right here, so which is taking care of the second sum right here. So now we have 3 different entries. In the first one, we only had 2 inputs, those 2 inputs, and we have 2 outputs, the sum and the carryover. But now for the second one, we have 3 inputs, the C0, the A1, and the B1. So that's 3 inputs, 1, 2, 3. So because we have 3 inputs, we have 8, right? 2 to the third different possibilities. Now we're going to have 2 outputs. We're going to have the sum, and we're going to have what we're going to be carried over. So for the first one, we have 0. We don't carry nothing because 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 carry over. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. We carry 0. Second one also. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. We carry 0. 0 plus 1 plus 1 is 2, which is equal to 0 here, and we carry 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. We carry 0. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2, so that means S1 is 0. We carry 1. Maybe I should have put it in the other order. That probably would have been better. Anyways, let me change that. Copy. That's S. One. Okay, good. And the sum is 0, 1. The sum of those 3 is 1. That's 0. That's 1. That's 0. So you can see this is 0, right? 0. This is 1. 1. This is 0, and this is the 2, and this is the 1. So that's 1. 1. So that's 0, 1. This is 3. This is 3. I mean 2. To represent 2, we put 1, 0. That's the 2, and then the 1, and then here's the 2 again, and this is the 2 again, and then the 3, so that'll be 1, 1. I don't know if that makes any difference. Maybe it doesn't. How you think about it. Copy, paste, and we can put 2 as 2, and then I'll just copy this right here. Copy, paste. That's C3 S3. Then here I can just change. Okay, so that creates those 4 tables that you need to be able to represent in a column map. So this is just to give you an idea of why do we make those tables. So here we have the sum and what we carry over, the sum and what we carry over, the sum and what we carry over. So let me just put a stronger bold. Okay, so you get those maps, I mean those tables, and then you can make the maps. So here you take 3 inputs, so you're gonna create a table that creates 8 different possibilities. So you have to do one for C3 and one for S3. So you have to do 3 total of 2 tables here, 2 maps right here, 2 maps right here, 2 maps right here, and 2 maps right here. So total of 8 maps. But what is nice is that they're all going to be the same. So practically you only have to do 2 distinct maps. One for those 3 because they're all going to be the same, and one for this one. So let's do one map. So we're going to do 8. So that's 8 right there. And let me actually move it a little bit to the side, so we have more space. And what we're going to have here is C2 and A3, B3. And here we're going to have 2 possibilities. We have a 0 or a 1. And then here we're going to have the A3, B3. So we have either 0, 0. Oops, I need to change those ones to 4. I need to change those ones into text because it does not allow me to put a text. So that'll be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So here, let's move this to the side. Let's insert That way you guys can see this is M0, M1, so we get those. So this is my app copy. I'm gonna put them right down here so you guys know which ones are which. M0, M1, M3, M2, and then here will be M4, M5, M7, and M6. So for C3, so we're right here, this is for making the C3 function is going to be, let's put here, we're looking at this right here. So that's going to be a 0, 0, M2 0, M3 is 1, and then we have M4 which is 0, M5 which is 1, and then both 1. Let's make this look like a table. Okay. So now what we can do is we can pair them together. So let's do this so we can see this is the block that we're looking at. So we're looking at this. So what we can do is we can do pair, pair, and pair. Remember, we're gonna try to do the biggest group as possible. Let's do this one right here. That's gonna be green, and let's put a that's going to be a C2. I'm sorry. Yes, C2. C2 with a 1 on the does not change. The one that does not change is the B3. So that'll be B3. And then we do a plus, and let's do another one. Let's do right here this 2, and that's going to be, let's do a yellow. So those 2 will be, again, C2 does not change. C2 with a 1, 1 for the A3. A3 does not change. Plus, let's do this 2, which will be a blue, and that will be 1, 1 for the A3 and B3. A3, B3. So that's the first map. Now we need to do also the same thing for S3. So let's do the same thing. We'll copy paste exactly the same thing. And we change it. Now let me actually give some space. This out. Now we can put it right there. S3 equals, let's clear this up right here, make it blank. And now we can do, oops, delete. So let's do now right here. This is, make this green. And this is going to be red. Okay, so we'll do both. And and that's going to be 0, 1, 1, 0, and then it's going to be M4 is 1, M5 is 0, M6 is 0, M7 is 1. So that's probably going to be a XOR. I don't know if any, oh, you guys are still here. Nice. Okay, so then you can actually start doing the pairing up the groups, right? So it seems like there's nothing we can pair up other than just making it separate. So let's take care of that one, the first one. So that would be C2, and then they're both, since it's just one, we're gonna have to take those two, A3, B3. And then we're gonna do an addition, and let's do that one next. Let's make that one green or blue. Blue. So that would be C2 naught with A3 naught B3. So that's that one. I'll put that blue and that one red. Where you guys can see it, differences, and let's see both. The whole thing. And then let's do this one. Let's make it yellow. Let's make it yellow, and let's make it that one A1. A1, I mean C2, C2, A3, B3. Make it yellow. And then let's make this one purple. And let's make that one, so that will be the addition. Purple will be purple. That will be C2 naught, because the C2 naught right here, and then we're just taking those two, so that'll be A3, B3 naught. So that represents all of them, and actually in this one you're gonna be able to simplify it to a factorization, and it's gonna come out to be A or C2 what's the symbol? XOR. You won't show it there, but I can put it right here. It'll be like this, something like this. A3, B3, something like that for that one. Once you factor it out, you can factor out the B3, and you're left with those two, and then you can factor out the B3 no, the A3, and you're left with the C2, B3, B3, A3. So it comes out to be something like this for that one. Oh, it actually stayed like that. That's cool. So that's for one of them. And actually, it will be the same thing for all the other ones. So for this one would be the same thing. So you can actually copy this, and that will be the same thing for C2, so C1, 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 and this will be A2, A2, and then copy, paste, paste, and everything else stays the same. Here, it's just gonna change from a C3 to a C2, and then this would be a C1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, and then here the same thing. It would be 2, 1, 2, 2,